this is sort of a passion of mine. Okay? I'm really involved in thinking how to shape, okay, possible futures of learning. This is my job, okay, and my passion as well. Okay. By the way, why do I am so interested in this kind of things? Well, because I really think that learning is a very relevant activity for my students, even at the college and at the undergraduate or graduate level. Okay, you can choose that you want same thing. Okay.
Because what? You know, learning, the only formal definition I'm going to give you today is something that changes your status from within, a permanent change in your status, okay? So, basically, it's a terrific opportunity to improve your possibilities to live better, to have a better position in the society, to change it, okay? So that's why I'm really, you know, I really care about these kind of topics, okay? But anyway, I want to ask you something like this. Well, I mean, it seems to me that we can envisage a sort of a revolution that is, you know, trying to manage the universities and the colleges as they are in these years, okay? So the question some of my students ask me quite continuously is, why do I have to attend schools if I can learn things that are all around me, YouTube, MOOCs, whatever else, okay? A bit of, you know, historic review of what happened traditionally, learning-wise, okay, or teaching-wise, maybe is a better definition, okay? This is the typical, you know, place in which you could find knowledge in the past, okay? Same thing here, beautiful architecture, quite, you know, reminding me of the Middle Ages, the name of the rose or other novels, okay? Let's say that very precise spaces with very precise, let's say, knowledge containers, books. This is a sort of something that struck me so much. I mean, I was doing my dissertation, no books in my library, no knowledge included in my dissertation whatsoever. And that was kind of a very, I would say, powerful constraint of what you could have done in the past in terms of knowledge spreading, knowledge, you know, dissemination. But now, of course, everything is contained here, okay, on the cloud. You can access whatever, wherever. You can download legally or illegally. You can buy. You can access to the electronic libraries and whatever else, okay? So if you don't want to, you know, go to the library, you have many other places to go to and to get the knowledge you need. Same thing about other knowledge, you know, containers, blackboards, okay? This is a traditional classroom. I mean, I painted them black and white, but they are the current classrooms at Harvard or at Bocconi or wherever, okay? Same thing here, okay, this is from the 1920, okay. Same thing, this is a traditional shape of classrooms. But what it strikes me the most is that when I go to my classrooms now, I see people engaging in so many different activities, but listening to me, okay, of course. There is a huge debate here at Bocconi whether we have to close the Wi-Fi access to students or leave it open, okay? My personal opinion is that they can do whatever, because if they don't read Facebook, they can open the newspaper under the desk or whatever else, as we did 20 years ago or 30 years ago. But nothing too different, okay? But this is also connected. Professor is not saying something, anything interesting. Ah, yes, I agree. Oh, okay, let's tweet it. Okay, that's sort of very strange. And professors are very scared here at Bocconi. So the curve of professors' performance was something, from your point of view, something like this, asymptotically maintaining the performance after a certain, you know, training period. But now, all the professors are, you know, saying something like nose deep in their performance, and which is not exactly very easy to manage from my perspective when I try to foster learning innovation and learning and consensus around new techniques and technologies. Same thing for the, discussions. Well, I mean, what strikes me the most, is that there is a huge bunch of theories that you can throw in the bin, okay? Easily, the media choice theories postulate that you choose the medium to communicate with other people depending on the knowledge you want to share. Complicated or complex knowledge, rich media. Simple knowledge, simple media. But for the new generation, this doesn't hold anymore. So we have to take this kind of literature review and throw it away, okay? We have to think that the most part of you in the audience use the medium in terms of, others' availability. I see my friend on Facebook, I communicate with him through Facebook. I see him, on a chat, I'll do the same. Anyway, what I want to tell you, if you want to take the perspective of old professors like me, okay, you have also to take into account the fact that this new bunch of technologies, the internet-based one, okay, give new people cognitive superpowers, okay? We are facing different people from the ones we had in class 20 years ago. They can communicate in different ways, different channels. They can exert a different kind of friendship, okay? They have additional channels for being friends each other. They even perceive a different kind of loneliness, and they leave their loneliness connected to YouTube or to the network and whatever. They can share information in different ways. They can search for information in a much more powerful way than we did. They can purchase things in different ways. If I can, I'm always feeling alone when I purchase things on, Amazon. Maybe they don't, okay? They have a different set of possibilities to memorize facts. They have actually a different brain, okay? An horizontal brain compared to a vertical one. I mean, my brain is big or tiny, maybe, or more on the second side, but vertical. I mean, I know a lot of things about few domains, okay? New people know a lot of things. No, I don't think so. They don't know too many things, but they don't know how to connect pieces of knowledge. And so I would define it as a horizontal brain, something that connects instead of memorizing facts and figures. They have precognition. They know anything about me or other people because they Googled me or they Googled people before knowing them. So the relationships can be facilitated by this kind of, technology-based superpowers. Okay? And so the point is, I have cognitive superpowers. I see that knowledge is available everywhere. I really don't want to attend school again, okay? I prefer to stay in my own, bedroom. No, I mean, that would be sad, but anyway. I prefer to decide where to learn. I prefer to decide what to learn. I prefer to learn autonomously and whatever else, okay? Well, of course, this is a bit exaggerated, but just to share with you some of my concerns about the future, okay? When I make some real-world researches about the students' feeling in classrooms, I see that they are somehow unhappy to stay there, and they feel a bit, exacerbated by the fact that they cannot exert their own cognitive superpowers within a classroom, okay? Some of them are stressed, but this is an average of what we saw last year during, I think, a very nice Bocconi research we've done on students through their mobile phones and some surveys, okay? My symptoms, your symptoms, okay? They play with tablets in class, okay? They play with mobile phones in class. Fortunately, our Wi-Fi network is not that powerful, so you cannot connect 100 people per time. And so we limit this kind of unwanted interaction through, technology limitations. That's a choice, that design choice. But they know everything about microeconomics or macroeconomics because they really know where to find knowledge. They really know where to go when they don't understand something, I teach, I don't, but let's say that I teach mathematics. And I'm not a very clear teacher, a very effective one. You can go and see whatever you want about theorems, central limit theorems, whatever else, on the net. You can find everything. You can find instructors that are much better than me, okay? So the point is, what if I continuously what if I continue to stay stick to the lecture model? What's something endangering for the university? Anyway, then, given these two facts, we see that students don't want to automatically recognize you the authority you had in the past as a professor, okay? I do think that the alignment between students' learning style and instructors' teaching style is highly needed, okay? Well, I'd like to share with you some thoughts about how to do this alignment, okay? I share with you my perspective, then if you want, we can discuss about what's your suggestions, if you agree or not, or whatever else. But what are the elements we need to redesign in order to move from a lecture style kind of, teaching to something more akin to the new generations, okay? I mean, students are clearly asking for different kind of lecture structures, okay? Interactivity, dynamism, aesthetics, more similar to the interfaces that they use in real life, okay? Why do I have to learn new interfaces to access the e-learning system at the university when I get used to having Facebook since I was a child, okay? Well, another thing that can really distinguish, the universities or the colleges from the YouTube-based autonomous kind of learning is the personal development the universities can provide you, okay, or can provide us. The point is, students are really asking for, help me in understanding how to connect this super huge amount of information that surrounds me, okay? Too many information, we need to know strategies. We don't want to spend time autonomously without getting anything good out of the knowledge we see on YouTube. We need guidance, okay? But, by the way, it's not that, you can't take it for granted. The current generation of universities doesn't care too much about this thing, okay? At least formally they do, but substantially we can do so much work in terms of these kind of things. Exams split into different parts, continuous appraisal, continuous learning checks, and whatever else, okay? This is what we need in this kind of complicated knowledge-based environment, okay? Then they want to be engaged in designing, well, that's something interesting we are trying to foster here. It's the fact that the students really want to co-develop lessons, really want to choose with you, not the topics, okay? They trust you on the topic's choice, okay? But they want to interact with you, developing the way through which the topics are delivered, which is, in my opinion, a very interesting way to build a bridge between two generations that are so different, okay? Then they want, of course, relevant knowledge, nothing well, it's very straightforward, but the point is, why do they ask for relevant knowledge if they already have it? Because we are not good at teaching that the knowledge we teach is relevant. This is a problem, okay, we have to face. Then they want to be something, well, they want their courses to be more practical, more tied to the physical, world that surrounds you. They want more feedback. They want things like this. So the point is, if you want to build a bridge between two generations that are so different, the generation of libraries, the generation of YouTube, the generation of face-to-face discussions, the generation of mediated discussion and whatever else, you have to act on this, in my opinion, okay? My prevision is that, you know, MOOCs, massive online open courses, the one introduced by Harvard, by MIT, by Stanford, okay? You can have a super check online and find a lot of interesting pieces of knowledge to learn, okay? I think that they are I mean, we have to fear the competition from these guys, okay? But the point is, I'm really persuaded that you don't need to go to universities to learn the common and the basics of the knowledge that already surrounds you. You go and you learn it through the net. But the point is, if you want to learn well, I think that university will play a super role even in the future, because the organization of knowledge chunks is very difficult to be done autonomously. So the point is, I do think that we will win, okay, as university representatives, okay, MOOCs, sorry, but we need to raise the value of intramuros within the walls, so within the university space discussion, interactivity, knowledge transfer, and whatever else. And that was my point.